So in this video, we are going to create this text animation. We are going to use the dynamic paint and we are going to use the wave and make this effect. It's like the ball is moving and the letters are behaving like a water. So we are going to create this animation in Blender. So let's go to Blender. Okay, so this is the default cube. I am going to press X to delete it. X to delete this cube, then Shift A and add the text. Now rotate the text by pressing R, X and 90 to rotate it around the X, and then go to the edit mode by pressing the tab and now backspace and type any text. I am going to type my name and then go to the object mode. Now here select this text and go to the object data properties and expand the geometry, and here you can give the this text a thickness. So I am going to add a thickness like that, and then for the sharp edges we are going to use the bevel to round it. Okay, something like that. And now if the text is good, you can right click anywhere, left click anywhere, and now we needed to convert this curve into the mesh. This text is in the curve form. Now we needed to convert it into the mesh. So select this text, and if you press right click here, you can go to the convert to mesh. Or if you select this text and go here on object, and here you can convert it into the mesh. So when this text is converted into mesh, tab it. So now you can see the vertices and the faces and the edges. So for this text, at some points it's not adding the geometry, the loops. Here we are going to go to the object mode and we are going to add a remesh modifier. So remesh it, and here use the sharp, and for the oak tree depth we are going to make it 8, 8, and for the remove disconnected, just uncheck it. So now we have our text. So here you can see these edges have some tweaks. So select this text and right click and shade smooth. And we have this text here. Now we are going to create a scene here. Apply this modifier and Shift A and go to mesh plane and like that. Now we needed to go to the right side view by pressing the 3 on numpad, and we have to move this text above this plane. So Z, move it in the Z direction and just like that. And here I'm going to press Shift A and go to mesh and add a UV sphere. Now we needed to scale it by pressing the S, something like that, and then move it by pressing G and Z, move it in Z direction like that. So this sphere must pass from all of these texts. So something like that. Or G, Z here at this position. Then press 3 on numpad and just G and Y. Move it in the Y direction little bit like that. So we can see it like that. Then select this sphere and shade smooth. Okay. So now we have to use the dynamic paint. So select this sphere, then go to the physics and add the dynamic paint. And for this sphere, we are going to make it a brush and then add brush. So this sphere will be converted to a brush. And then select this text and then dynamic paint. And for this text, we are going to make it a canvas. So add canvas. So for this canvas, the surface type is paint. We are going to make it wave. So now this text, when this ball is moved on between this text, it will act like a wave is generating here. Okay, so now move it here, this timeline, and on the frame one, I am going to select this sphere and press I key and add a location keyframe, and then move this slider at 90 and select this ball, then select a move tool and move in the X direction, move it like here, and then by selecting this sphere, press I on your keyboard and add a other keyframe. So now you can see we can move this ball and it's generating this effect. Okay, so for the end frame we are going to make it 90, and now select this text, and when you go to the physics properties under the surface type wave, you see here different properties. So if you change these properties, this text will act in another way. So you can try it. So if I'm increasing the speed, it will be like that. So initial value is 1. So now you can see the effect is different. And same way we can also change the damping, spring and smoothness. Okay, so this is our required effect. We just created it. So just select the sphere, add the materials and click new. And for this sphere, we are going to select a red material and select this text, add a new material, and under the surface, select the shader of gloss BSD. And for the color, go to hex value, and here we are going to define CCDBE7 and go to the render, and here we have to change the render engine, so it is okay. Now you can see, and select this plane, add the material, new material, and this is okay, something like that. And go to the world properties, and for the color of the world properties change it to white, and then press 0 on your keyboard. And so you can adjust the camera, press N and go to the view and camera 2